Salut mon pote, félicitations, on a fini l'unité numéro 2. Congratulations for finishing Unité 2. You have reached this point already, I'm proud of you. But this is only the beginning of a new thing. I want to tell you today about how mandatory it is from now on that you find yourself language partner online, which means someone like an online friend with whom you're going to practice speaking French. So French person, okay, most likely a French person who is learning your own language, and you are going to help each other learn languages. And so someone with whom you are going to speak and have conversation online. So obviously this is only for people who don't live already in a French speaking country, because if you live in a country like in France or in any kind of French speaking country, then you don't have to find an online partner, you can find a partner in real life. First of all, I want you to understand that this is not an option in your learning. I am not telling you that, oh yeah, if you do this, maybe you can go a bit faster and you will be better at conversation. I am not telling you this. I'm telling you that this is mandatory in your learning. Don't hope moving forward if you don't start right now talking to someone. I know I sound a bit too serious, but I promise you that this is absolutely fundamental. You cannot be learning French only by watching videos. You cannot be learning only by chatting with ChatGPT, even if all of this is great. You need to find like a real human being that you actually hopefully appreciate a little bit, with whom to chat in French. I have been doing this myself before because I have learned, or at least tried to learn foreign languages myself. I know exactly all the kind of thoughts that you can have, but I don't have enough vocabulary yet to be talking. I barely know how to introduce myself, talk about my family and my apartment. How am I supposed to have a conversation with someone? I am not asking you to have conversation about the political situation of something or your deep interest in literature. I'm asking you to just start practicing talking to someone in French. I'm not asking you to do perfect sentences or to have super high vocabulary, but I'm asking you to understand that one of the reasons you don't know enough vocabulary is because you haven't started talking with people. You know what I mean? So you have to understand something. These kind of things that you have in your mind, these are not the reasons why you shouldn't talk to someone. These are the consequences of you not talking to someone. You know what I mean? So even if you feel a bit shy and insecure, I'm begging you to start doing this today. Okay? I am going to walk you through the process. First of all, I want you to Google language exchange partner. So you will see a few websites that do this. I think the two most famous are Italki and Tandem. Tandem is my personal recommendation only because I have used it myself and I like it. I'm familiar with it. I think it's quite good. I like the layout of the website. If someone from Tandem sees this video, you can contact me and propose me a partnership because I'm giving you free advertisements. They don't pay me or anything. I wish they would. Some websites nowadays, they offer you to practice like specific AI. I would tell you don't go for AI stuff. Not because I don't like AI. I like it. I use it myself. But just think about it for 1 minute. Your goal, your ultimate goal is not to talk with ChatGPT, right? Your ultimate goal is to be talking with people in France, like French people, correct? Or to take an exam, fair enough. So if you practice talking with ChatGPT or AI, this is because in your mind, what you think is something like, okay, first I will start practicing with ChatGPT, so then later I can move on to practice with real people. But if you want to be able to talk to real people faster, then you should just start right away talking to real people. Like AI, there is so many things, it will not help you with. Plus, remember, I am not telling you to practice having perfect sentences with great vocabulary and perfect grammar, but just being able to articulate an easy conversation with someone, okay? And for this, real people are still nowadays better than AI, all right? So don't go for this kind of website. Go for this kind right here. I'm not familiar with Italki. Maybe it's really great. You can try both and just pick the one that you like most. My personal recommendation is Tandem. Okay. Now, normally on these websites, it looks kind of like a dating website, I think. So you have to write a description in your profile. So you can just write anything you want, but a few things to keep in mind. First of all, I want you to write your description in French. Even if you have to use Google Translate for this, I want you to write it in French. Don't write a description in English. Write everything in French, okay? Hopefully, I want you to try to write it yourself. Even if there are 10 mistakes, it's okay. But if you're super insecure and super shy and you really don't know how to do, you just go to Google Translate, you write this kind of description, you copy and paste the French translation to the app that you're using. I want you to have a French description. You should mention in your description that you are specifically looking for like a long-term language exchange partner, like someone serious that you will really make a team with for a few months, and specifically mention that eventually you're looking to have regular calls, like maybe 1 call per week, something like this in the future, to actually practice conversation on the phone with someone. I know this can be scary. I know this can seem super awkward, but I promise you that this is worth it. Okay, so you can pause the video here, take a look at this description. This is just an example, but this is to guide you through it. Okay. Step number 5, it's very fast to create an account. So I want you today, not tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, but today, to just contact 3 people. That's it. Tell them anything you want. Just introduce yourself with the vocabulary that you know. Please don't just say hi or bonjour, okay? Don't say anything in English. Just speak French right from the beginning. Even if there are 10 billion mistakes, I promise you that the people on these kind of apps, they are expecting you to make mistakes. So don't worry about this. And if you do this seriously, from my experience, it should take maybe like 1, 2, or 3 weeks before you actually have 1 or 2 solid partners that you get along well with, that you appreciate, that you can talk to easily. And at this point, well, most likely you will just maybe exchange, WhatsApp or something like this, and you don't even really need to use the app anymore, So that's how it should be. So again, I'm telling you, this is not something optional to learn a bit better. This is something mandatory if you are actually serious about learning French. Okay? Bon courage. I know it can be awkward. I'm counting on you, even if maybe you are a bit introvert or a bit shy. You can do this a bit slowly, 1 step at a time. I'm rooting for you. Good luck. Félicitations. Congratulations again for reaching this far. Rendez-vous dans l'unité 3. Ciao mon pote.